Hello, my name's Chris.
Hi, my name's Joyce.
And we're Inspire News Group. And we want to talk about Nottingham Castle we do. Have you been to Nottingham Castle?
I've been there several times.
Did you learn any history there?
They had a museum there and they were talking about the developments.
And when I went there was some army stuff there and some trophies. Do you see that art?
Yes, I've seen all the art gallery and they got like costumes what you could look at.
And Nottingham Castle's having a makeover, it is. With elements what they're talking about.
And they were talking about, what used to be the car park, now it's going to be the Robin Hood pageant.
When it's
they're going to take the steps out and put a ramp in, so if they can't get up the steps, they're going to put a ramp so people can go on the ramp up on the wheelchairs.
And it's going to be opening end of next year, 2020. Let's go to our news reporters at Nottingham Castle and find out to see what they reported on.
It'll be a solid roof when it's finished, and you can see they're doing the tanking for the arches, and that makes them waterproof. So we're going to install lots of electrical equipment in there, so that will be safe. And we've got a new floor going on. And there, so in the middle of the space will be those big screens. If you've seen on the website, that's what it will be in the middle of the space. And in the arches it will be the full body interactive games. The gaming space over there. And there'll be toilets there, won't there?
Yes, behind us is the server room. So the server room behind us, it's all the electrics for the building. So that will be closed off for the general public. We said this front area will be a games room, and also at the far end we've got a staircase. Still a link in the ground floor to the next floor up. This is the Rebels Gallery, and before we started work, see that steel there that goes across the width of the building? This room was full of steels all the way down, and there was a floor separating the bottom half and the top half of this area. So we've taken the steels out, making it a double vaulted area, and this will be, we're reinstating it as a Rebels Gallery again?
It will be the Rebellion Gallery, so it's going to feature all episodes of rebellions through Nottingham. So we're starting off with the Civil War, we're talking about the Luddite Rebellion, and also the rebellion of 1831 when the people of Nottingham actually set fire to the castle here. So we're telling all those stories within that space. Do you remember when you came here previously, there was the History Gallery?
Yeah.
So that was up there.
Yeah.
The Hood in the Wood bit, where you could try on the Robin Hood costumes and stuff, was right over there in that corner.
Yeah.
So the transformation of this space is unbelievable. When I walked in and they'd taken the floor down, I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my goodness.
It was seriously dark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really dark.
It was. It's because this is how it was originally. It never had that floor in. That floor was put in the 1980s, I think. So this is one of the great outcomes of this project, that we've restored this, this gallery to its former glory. Because when we had the floor in, obviously all the windows were cut in half. Even the doorways were cut in half. That was floating in the top half of the History Gallery. That bit there.
Yeah.
So now everything's going to be restored back to how it was.
So this is known as the wine cellar, and directly above this arched ceiling is the service road that goes up the side of the palace. We are doing waterproofing works in there at the minute, as it is quite leaky. And then at the far end of this area, there's the cave entrance at the back. So if you turn right, it leads into David's dungeon, and the left. And as you can see, there's a trench in the floor here. That runs the whole length of the building, and that'll be the service trench. The big scaffold, 16 feet.
So it's hard to tell well now with all this here, but this was the curved colonnade, kind of the main back entrance.
Yeah.
With all the columns. So what we're going to do is glaze that, so it will be have glass on the outside of the columns going round, so it creates a new corridor. And that's really important because up here on top of a cliff it gets so windy, and often that means the environment on the ground floor where the paintings are isn't good for artwork. It's actually really bad. So in order to protect them, we're going to have this new glassed corridor, which makes it a great environment and means that people who are lending us artworks are more comfortable about having obviously valuable paintings displayed here. So it's a really good way to make sure that can happen. And also, I've heard, Isa, that the scaffolding here, it's a special type, isn't it? It's kind of weighted down and it's not attached to the building.
So the design of the scaffold is so that we're not penetrating into the stonework. So obviously it's a national monument, so we don't want to damage the external envelope of the building. So it's weighted down at the bottom to keep it stable, and it's a few inches away from the actual building. Is the kitchen going in this room here?
Yeah, the room there used to be the project lab. I don't know if you remember. We had a meeting there, didn't we, last year? So that's going to be the kitchen and servery, and the people will be able to bring their food into here, and it will just be a really nice seating area.
This archway on the left-hand side, you can see, we've broken out. So it used to be one continuous wall down into this area. We've broken out the archway to match this side, which will be the entrance into the kitchen. This area will be the main seating area for the cafe. So when you do come, you'll be able to sit here and have some food and ask you the city.
What we're going to do here is reinstate a stained glass window that was here when the museum opened in 1878. It was commissioned for the royal opening, and that was in situ here until about the 80s, and then it was taken away and put in storage. So we're spending a lot of time getting that conserved and made to look really beautiful again.
You've actually got the original window?
Yeah, we have.
Brilliant.
So as part of the project, we're able to get a bespoke frame made, and that's going to be reinstated here where it was
Brilliant.
all that time ago. Yeah, we're really excited about that. It will look really lovely, and with the light shining
That
through.
would actually be good if you got one of the royalties come down and open that.
Well, we're hoping to get a royal opening. Yeah. So yeah, that would be amazing to do.
Even if it's
What time scale are you completing with work?
Yeah, we do really well. The construction project is on programme. So in some areas we're actually a little bit ahead, for example on the visitor centre. And the whole construction project is due to finish, as Isaac said, sort of end of March, April next year. We then have a short period where people like the exhibition fit-out team come in and they put up the exhibitions, and then we get all our objects back, which have obviously been in storage. So that'll take a few months. So we are still on schedule to open in 2020, so it's going really well.
Have your plans changed, and what made you make these changes?
To be honest, we've actually managed to keep pretty much on track. I'm just trying to think if anything's changed. Certainly nothing major, nothing that affects the overall scheme has changed. There might have been small changes like the scaffolding, and we spent a very long time doing the designs for that, because I think obviously they had thought we could drill into the fabric and do it standard scaffolding, but obviously with advice from Historic England we realised that wasn't possible with a Grade 1 listed building, so we had to redesign the scaffolding. Things like that, basically no major changes have happened, but we've had to adapt the way that things happen. So it's not a standard building site basically, so things that the contractor might do differently somewhere else we've had to adapt, just so they fit the building, but nothing major.
Did you find anything of interest while doing the archaeology excavations?
We have actually. We have a team of archaeologists on site. They were on site doing digging, so before we had to do foundations underneath the buildings like the visitor centre, we had to do a full-scale archaeological dig to make sure that when they put the piles in they weren't going through any archaeology. So, and now we still have one archaeological officer supervising everything. Every time they break ground, an archaeologist has to be there to check what's underneath. And we have found medieval ditches, we've found caves that we didn't know were there, as I said earlier, we have actually found some monkey skeletons, which is amazing. Yeah, we are doing research into that to see if there was kind of a menagerie here in the 19th century. We found lots of small things like medieval rubbish tips, like a bin essentially, and little bits of pottery and pipes and things like that. So all of it is all the small finds are taken away and recorded, and at the end of the project we'll have some really nice reports which will tell us exactly what we found, how important it is, and be able to record that for future generations. So it's been great.
Are the artefacts going into the castle so people can see them, what you found?
They might do. I think what would be really nice is to do maybe a small exhibition to showcase that. It probably wouldn't happen straight away because the Trust are planning their exhibition programme, but at some point it would be a really great idea to get them on display. Yeah.
What technology are you putting in, and what would you do with it?
Okay, so we have actually got loads of technology going into the new galleries, particularly in the Robin Hood Gallery. Much of that space is going to be taken up with storytelling screens and interactive features. There'll be kind of a Wii-style game to do archery and use the quarterstaffs. So all of that is technology based, and we've actually had to hire a digital producer whose job it is just to look after all of those digital packages. He previously worked for the BBC, so he's absolutely a fantastic guy. Really pleased to be working with him. So there's that in the Robin Hood Gallery. Also in the Rebellion Gallery there's going to be touch screens where you can swipe to find out more information about the objects. In the first floor galleries we're going to have an interactive about making pottery. So it would be like being able to create your own pot on the gallery digitally. So throughout the galleries we're finding lots of interesting new ways to use technology to make the experience better.
What impact will it have on the wider community?
We're hoping it has a really good impact. We're hoping people really enjoy coming to the site. We want to do something for everyone. We're going to offer bespoke sessions and self-led visits for groups throughout the city. In terms of tourism, and we're hoping, obviously with 400,000 visitors coming, which is our target, the impact on local businesses, hotels, restaurants is going to be great. Obviously we'll be having lots of jobs available, so local people will be able to come and work here and get involved in all the community projects that we've got planned. So yeah, we've got lots of plans for it to benefit the community.
What assistance do you give to those with disabilities?
Yeah, we have thought about this long and hard. Obviously, in the past, the learning and engagement team did a lot of work with different groups, and we did a lot of consultation in the development phase about what people wanted. So we worked with the RNIB and Autism East Midlands and lots of different people. We are having a land train which will help people with physical disabilities get around the site. So it will go down from near Brewhouse Yard, up Castle Road, onto the site and all the way up to the Ducal Palace. Obviously we still have blue badge parking on site. We are taking advice of how to make the galleries engaging for people with visual disabilities. So there might be braille or audio sets available. And we want to do lots of, again, engagement work with different groups to see what they want, and hopefully we can fulfil that need.
Are you going to do quiet hours and like a session where it's going to be quiet?
Yes.
For autistic to come?
We are. The Trust, Nottingham Castle Trust, who will be operating the site, have already expressed they want to trial that. So I know some places or some museums, especially the London museums, do that already successfully. So yeah, definitely that is something that will be rolled out when it opens. Yeah.